The Tennessee Stud by Johnny Driftwood, as taught to me by my pa through his Dr. Watson. It's elementary, my dear. Along about 1825, I left Tennessee very much alive. I never would have gotten through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding on the Tennessee Stud. I had some trouble with my sweetheart's pa. One of her brothers was a bad outlaw. I never would have sent her letters by my Uncle Fudd, and I rode away on the Tennessee Stud. The Tennessee Stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee Stud. One day I was riding in a beautiful land. I ran smack into an Indian band. They jerked their knives with a whoop and a yell, but I rode away like a bat out of hell. I circled their camp for a time or two, showed them what a Tennessee horse could do. Redskin boys never got my blood, 'cause I was riding on the Tennessee Stud. The Tennessee Stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee Stud. We drifted on down into no man's land, across that river called the Rio Grande. I raced my horse with the Spaniard's bold, till he got me a skin full of silver and gold. We couldn't agree, we got in a fight over Tennessee. We jerked our guns and he fell with a thud, and I rode away on the Tennessee Stud. Oh, the Tennessee Stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee Stud. Well, I got just as lonesome as a man could be, dreaming of my girl in Tennessee. The Tennessee Stud's turned out turned blue, 'cause he was dreaming of a sweetheart too. Back across Arkansas, I whooped her brother and I whooped her pa. I found that girl with the golden hair, she was riding on the Tennessee mare. The Tennessee Stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee Stud. Stir up, side by side, we crossed that mountains and the valleys wide. Came big muddy and we forded the flood, and the Tennessee mare and the Tennessee Stud. Pretty little baby on the cabin floor, little horse colt playing round the door. I love the girl with the golden hair, and the Tennessee Stud loved the Tennessee mare. Tennessee Stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee Stud. Well, what do you expect? I just learned it.